Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the Hobby Corner. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling good. Hope you had a great week. If not, let us know. If you have, let us know. Let us know what you're up to this weekend as well. If you've got plans, if you don't, hobby or otherwise. And yes, I am drinking my bin juice. I nearly finished it already, actually. So there we go. Cheers. You know, I drink it that way so you can see it, but I really should drink it the round side just because it's easier. Got bin juice all over me. Anyway, hope you're all right. Have you noticed anything different? That's right. I swapped it all around behind me. It looks a lot better now. I told you guys a little while ago that once the wife has got rid of a sufficient amount of stock from closing a business, she was going to give me the calyx, and I was going to shove it behind me and get rid of that old bookshelf that was just it really wasn't doing the job. And look at it. I mean, look, looks proper fancy. Look, I backlit the paints and everything, you know. How bad is that? Got the cabinet next to me so you guys can have a look sometimes at the stuff that's on show. And I've got more space here because now that extra screen that I had, I've got a wall mount for it, but I've attached it to the shelf bit of the desk. I've reinforced it with like bits of wood on the other side just to give it extra strength because this is just chipboard. And now I've got the chat right there with the screen on its side. So I can see the whole chat, which is awesome. And it's off the table, which means I've got more space to work with. I'm proper excited now. As you can tell. I mean, look. Got all my books here. All the Horus Heresy stuff all behind me. On this side, all the rule books from Fantasy, and behind it 40k over the years. A couple of Age of Sigmar books as well. How good is that, eh? Oh, hang on. It's not very bright. It's brighter in the dark, but the lights are too bright for it. But there you go. Hashtag YouTube Pro. Anyways, it's great to see you all. First off, let's do our little traditional early bird shout out roll call thingamabob, and we'll start right at the top with the misadventures of Mr. Fish. How you doing, dude? Good to see you. Coming in with the here we go, happy Friday. Whoa! We got Mark from Tabletop Ready Minis. How you doing? He's going, let's go. Waylander's wondering, how you doing, Bill? Good evening to your sweet face. You've got Andrew Milligan as well with his guess who's back. Back again. War Master Paints for the War Master. Who else we got down here? We got Void Captain Bazooka whooshing in on his little rocket. How you doing, mate? Wolfenstone, how you doing, Dave? How you doing? Long time no see. Good to see you in the chat. Gina Doherty, how you doing? Throwing up those membership exclusive emojis. If you want to know more about why those exist, watch some previous shows. They got a lot of history behind them. So yeah, thanks for showing up. We've got Modeling for Advantage as well. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Which one of you is it though? Is it Kaiser or the other one? Sorry. I'm always bad with names. But no, it's great to see you all. And yeah, hello Warmaster Paints. You know what? It is nice to see new faces and names in the chat. So welcome, we're all friendly, we're all good here. We're gonna do some awesome painting tonight, and then as usual at 10 o'clock, so in less than an hour's time, we're going to do a little showcase of what you lot have been working on in our community corner segment. So don't forget, I've thrown up the link because the Discord link don't work. So you got my Linktree link there, hop onto that. It's got my Discord link there. Go down to the community corner part, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. You know what, I could just make it even easier. Invite people. Here we go. Never expire. Generate new link. There we go. Copy. How you doing, Mr. Mephos? You beautiful guy. Oh, whoops. Oh, I did shift, not control. Playing some BattleTech on PC. Nice. Well, you know what? If you want to chill, my voice does it for you. I'll tell you. All right, cool, awesome. Well, it's nice to see you all. Obviously, don't forget, if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel out, gets us more noticeable. Like as well. Throw down a like, it's always nice. And keep the comments coming. Let us know what you're up to this weekend and what you're working on at the moment. And yeah, but just before we get started on this, for those who are following the Stormbringer magazine, which is the new Partworks magazine from Hatchet, but it's following the Age of Sigmar stuff, much like Mortal Realms did. They've made a few last minute changes to it. So now the first two premium kits no longer have the Angel Winged Lady and the Cruel Boys boss sprues, which are highly overpriced anyway. A lot of people were a bit down on it because a lot of people who were going to get this magazine had already got the Domination box. So the feedback went through and they changed it, so now we've got the big ass dragon for the brand new one from the Stormcast. And what's the other one? Oh yeah, it's the cabbage dragon for for the Iron Jaws. So there you go, awesome savings equally as well. And not only that, they've also changed the free gifts. So they've got one of the Cruel Boys characters. He's like holding back a squig, and he's got or is it a squig shield? No, it's a squig shield, sorry. Squig face shield. You know those weird looking shields? He's got a big old spear. Looks cool. So there we go. Those are the updates on it. I'll probably do a quick catch-up video just to break it down. But in the meantime, that's that. So yeah. Oh, and for if he does watch this, congratulations to Ross from Fohammer, because he's now featured on a Warhammer community article. So he's got his Warcry warband on there with some scenery as well, which is pretty awesome. So he's proper up and up, and he's even got to 10,000 subscribers as well, which is amazing. So well done, he's really been working hard. So with all of that, we are going to start painting, I suppose. So with a little clickety click, ta-da! There we go. Now, as regular viewers may know, I've been painting this set of Chaos Space Marines, which I got in one of the premium kits for the Imperium magazine. But I've been doing them in heresy themed schemes. So this is the one I've been recently working on. This is our little word bearer. Woo, like that. Here's our Galvor back to go with him. Very cute. Yeah, very cute. There you get the muscle fibers in there. And then, of course, I've done 5 others. So we got Sons of Horror, not Sons of Horus, a World Eater. I'm going to turn that light down a touch, actually. There we go. Right, so we've got a World Eater, all gored up and everything, ruining his lovely white armor. We have an Emperor's Children, again, looking absolutely fantastic. Really washed out. There we go. That light balance, I need to sort that out. We have a Night Lord as well, complete with some lightning, because why not? We have a Dirty Boy Death Guard, absolutely weathered to shiz. And then of course Iron Warrior, because, you know, who doesn't love painting has stripes? Hey, so there we go. So that's my little war band that's being built up at the moment. It will have no bearing on the rules. It's just I like to paint something different, and it's been a lot of fun experimenting with different color schemes in that, because I normally don't get to paint a lot of things. It's either silver or blue or gold. That's pretty much it. Now this one is going to be a Sons of Horus. So not a Lunar Wolf, though it will be tempting to do a Lunar Wolf, but he's going to be painted up today as a Sons of Horus. And I've started off by just basing it with a rattle can primer of standard grey from Colourforge. So it's got this nice medium grey to it, but there's just an ever so tiny hint of green in it. It's quite subtle actually, but it's a good starting point. Now tonight I am going to be, so I'm going to dial this down. I'm going to put some music on in the background because it'd just be nice. Right, so what I'm going to do is tonight I'm going to just be using Army Painter paints. I haven't really planned it. So, you know, we'll see how we go. But hopefully we'll learn. So I've got my little black sprayed palette, so it won't wash out the camera. I've also got a wet palette for mixing, which I'm going to move over here out the way. And hopefully you lot will see what exactly I'm doing, as long as that camera behaves. And I think I'm going to have to lock it in place. Normally I don't lock it in place because I want some flexibility on it, but I think, oh no, let's go a little bit there. Oh, that's too much, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Drop that down. Okay. Just take a little bit of, sort that brightness out, and camera control and exposure. Ah! Keep the exposure. There we go. Okay, right, good. Looks better. Alright, hashtag pro YouTuber. Okay, so what are we all working on at the moment? So Dave is playing Fallout. Nice, very nice. I hope you get some mojo. Gina is currently downloading Hogwarts Legacy on her Series X. Mr. Fish, I have game 1 of season 2 for our local escalation league. Wow, nice. Slowly chipping away at his 34 Neko Kazakin girls, says Mifos. Bloody hell. Yes, Emperor's Child, but they're called Emperor's Children, so, you know, stop trying to correct the grammar. Grammar doesn't work for Legion names because that's the Legion name. Yep, gotta slap that camera, slap it around. No, we're not talking about Rey from Star Wars. Or does the plural still count for a single Marine? No, it's not son of Horus. It's still a sons of Horus. Yeah. Yeah, see. Yeah, I think Mythos has got it. The sons of Horus are. Oh my days, I'm not reading that. Chill out, man. Okay, so. Right. I'll just discard the bin because I don't need any more bin juice. Right, so let's get started, shall we? So, can't really shake these paints because I haven't opened nearly all of them. I mean, should I have? Right, and I'm just gonna give them a good old mix with my Vortex mixer. AKA back massager. Because we ain't got the budget here for that kind of nonsense. Right, so I have chosen... There we go. Wizard's Orb. I think this is a real good close approximation of the colour that we need. So, and, oh, look, I've got this nice little tray up here. Huh? And look at that! I look proper pro now! So, I've got all my brushes and paints, also paint brushes all up here with the glues and that, all the army painter stuff. So I can actually get round to using them. I'm gonna need a dry brush. I'm gonna need a big brush of some kind. I'm gonna need a messy brush, and then I'm gonna need a small enough brush but not too small. There we go. Right, done. All right. No, I haven't got any agitators. You only get the agitators in the war paints set, and of course you know, like the more up to date war paint set. They sent me the mega paint set with the 50 paints, but they didn't send me the other paint set which has 60 paints in it and agitators in it. Not complaining though, because they sent me out a cool bundle. So can't be mad at them for that. Right, I'm going to be adding a little bit of water to it, even though the wet palette is quite saturated. And let's start painting away. I think maybe I didn't need to thin it. Definitely going to need a couple of coats, I think, just to even it out. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. Now I'm going to take that arm off. I'm not going to need it. There we go. I'm not too fussed about being too neat, but like I said, I don't want to be too messy as well, because otherwise the cleanup will take a lot longer. So again, this is, I'm normally painting with Citadel paints. I've painted with Citadel paints for over 25 years. And I know how they work, I know how they flow, how I can mix them, water them down, that sort of thing. Army Painter is a different brand of paints, so I have to learn how these work, essentially. And they do work quite differently to the Citadel ones. Already I can see they're a lot thinner, which can have its benefits actually, because especially if you're a new painter, I can see having thinner paints is a good way to start out. Then you already know that thinner paints, you could build them up, you're not going to kill the details. So that's the plus side for those who are starting in the hobby. But if you're more experienced, I mean, you might even like it if you're more experienced as well, because gives you a chance to have those thinner paints, you know, that you could build up a lot easier with, and you don't have to worry too much about thinning. Yes, Bill, it is a back massager. We've already done those jokes. Get your mind out the gutter, you filthy boy. Speed paints or regular? These are just regular paints. These are not speed paints. I didn't want to send out speed paints just yet, because they were working on a new formula, and of course, you know, like, they've only just sent this stuff out to me. I haven't really given it a fair trial or review. I've given it a brief review on a live stream previously, but I wanted to get more use out of them before I do any kind of review on them. So the reactions that I have whilst I'm using them live, it's all honest, like straight from the hip. Just review, really. It's just, this is my honest opinion as I'm using them. I think these kind of paints, or at least this colour so far, would definitely make the most of a centerfold highlight for sure. Could have done add a bit of volume to it, but don't want to complicate it too much, you know. Well, if anyone wants to gift me some agitators, I'm game. Like, at the moment, I am on a strict budget. So I'm just trying to be aware of any extra spending on anything and everything that I get for the show. If it's not supplied as like a review item or as a sponsorship or something, it's going to be tightly budgeted for with the membership money and the ad revenue. So, you know, if you do decide to become a member, then of course there is your incentive. If you want to see me work on more things, do more things, then join those memberships on Buy Me a Coffee or on YouTube. You know what? This one's on too big a stand. Alright, no one likes word bearers. They're terrible. Oh, there we go. Go away. Boo. They're the real bad guys. Whoop. There we go again. Is it making you dizzy yet? There. Easy as 1, 2, 3. So where was I? Oh yeah. Give it another month or so and I should have a honest review of these paints, because I would have given it a proper good use then. Also picked up a couple of the newer contrast paints as well. I want to see how they work out. You know, like the really like fluorescent looking ones, because I want to use them for like some OSL effects. I think they will really work for that, so I'm going to be experimenting with those when I get a chance. But no, yeah, I want to say massive thank you to everyone who does support the channel in the various ways that you do, just liking and sharing and subscribing, and for those who do actually watch the videos and come to live streams, and for those who join the memberships as well, because without that support, like, you know, this channel wouldn't be going, for sure. Hey, Bill! Go buy some steel balls. Thank you. Ah, you absolute beautiful, beautiful guy. Person. Yeah, that's it. Guy person. You're a guy person. Thank you so much, mate. I really do appreciate it. Right. Let's be careful. Oh, actually, you know what? I'll say be careful, but I don't need to be careful. Let's just get this done. So what I'm going to do is this green really is suited for it, by the way. I mean, it comes out a bit washed out on camera, but it's almost just right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the pauldrons in black, and then I'm going to do gold trim. So yeah, get up in there, a little bit up in there. There we go. Okay, that's first layer done. Now do the second one. Just rinse off the brush. Where did you get that from, Kev? Looks handy for the desk. What are you on about? Are you talking about the shelf thing? Are you talking about that thing? Because again, it's something else I nicked off the wife. So I told her the day she got it, if you end up not wanting it anymore, I'll take it off you, because she had it in the bathroom. It was supposed to be like for makeup and stuff, and then ended up storing toothpaste and brushes on it, and then she just wanted to clear out and declutter the bathroom. So I was like, remember I said I wanted that? So I gave it a good scrub down, got all the watermarks off of it, and now I've got this perfect little thing right here to use. So, you know, it goes to show you can use anything really. Nothing expensive either. I don't know how much you got this for, but it's dead cheap, and it's perfect as like a little desk tidy for all your little bits and pieces. I got my train pieces, some glue, palette pads and stuff. I've got all the army painter paints up there with the brushes and the glues and that. It's great. Paint is paint to me. I ain't no pro, but if he puts colour on a mini, it's win-win. Righto. I've discovered I'm better at painting messy and cleaning it up than taking my sweet time. Yes. Yeah, I get that, man. Perfect consistency to work. Yeah, exactly. Are you enjoying Army Painter? Oh, I'm glad, dude. Top tip with new paint brands: start with neat paint, then thin as needed. That's what I kind of did. I started painting it, and I was like, no, I need to thin it. This dilution, smoother strokes, build the layers. Yep. I'm still to take the speed paint plunge. Yeah, I haven't either. It'd be great if they sent some out, actually. That'd be amazing. I'll totally shill the hell out of them, like. But no, I would give them a real good work through, because I have such a backlog and I really want to get it all done. So I'll be making use of all paints and all materials that I have so far. The washes are pretty good, yeah. You know what? They're black. The matte black is like the Citadel paint, the really old Citadel black, Chaos black, like the original. So that's awesome. And the matte white is pretty good as well, actually. So those are solid already, like. So washes, thing bar. But the ones that aren't could be really bad. Fire orange is horrible for covering. Yeah, but orange, you know, yellow. It's got yellow in it, so it's gonna be bad because yellow is bad. Well, thanks, Dave. But yeah, Bill already sorted it out. Cheers, man. So the undercoat I used was the. Bloody hell, that's cool. Standard grey from Colourforge. So it's a nice grey, but it has that ever so slight tinge of green. Like, it's ever so slight, and it works pretty cool. is pretty much the same as Mechanica Standard Grey. I think it was the desk tidy thing you showed on your desk with the... Oh, yeah. Ah, Express Paints. Everyone's hopping on that bandwagon now, aren't they? Of fast paints and more tools to work with, I suppose. All I hope is that they've taken their time in the production of it, the R&D behind it, because like we saw with when the army painter, they rushed theirs out to sort of compete with contrast, and for the most part there was, you know, great reviews from it, but then there was a lot of people who didn't like the reactivation time on it, or they felt like the coverage wasn't as consistent as the contrast counterparts. But it's all part of the error and trial and error, isn't it? So but it looks like they've really worked hard to get a consistent product out. So it'd be interesting to see how they fare. Again, I haven't tried any. I was actually going to get some of the Army Painter speed paints, because my local shop, Tabletop Republic, free shout out for them. They had a sale on Army Painter paints, and the speed paints were going for £1.50 each. Bargain. And then most of the other paints were going for £1. So, you know, I picked up a few that were left, because the shelves were almost bare by the time I got there. So I picked up some cool bits. I also picked up the basing kit as well, to see what that's all like. But yeah, I feel like I should have experimented with them a long time ago, but now that I am, you know, I'll get to see what the competition is like, you know, and then I'll get to share that experience with you lot, especially the newer folks who join us, who are just starting out their hobby adventures. And yeah, it'd be great. It's really, really bad though. I've used sticker. Hey, for the full speed paint set they brought out. Oh, nice one. You haven't opened the box yet. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Do you even miniature hobby, dude? Or are you just a poser, eh? Good contrast paints over grey. Yeah, true. But I think this is working out nicely, because I'm getting a nice medium sort of tone to it. You know, it's worked really well with this green. So there you go. For Army Painter, for the war paints, I would suggest Wizard's Orb as your base over standard grey. Yeah. Yeah, it's lovely turquoisey blue or bluey green. It's a greeny blue, bluey green. And because I already got that first layer down, what I'm doing is I'm just doing more of an overbrush than a very neat paint job, because then I get that two-tone effect where those recesses will have a bit of shading to them. I could build up a little bit of volume there. Which is quite a lot easier with the areas with the detail, but it's just a lot harder once you get to those flat panels again. So there we go. Pew pew pew. Very cool. Mark says he feels there is too many fads in painting now. Back when he was a kid, there was shiz, then heavy metal. That's it, basically. Gina says she never had problems with reactivating speed paints. There you go. It's only old Git Night on THC. You know, in more ways than one, I suppose. Humbrol paints was my first. My dad's model paints. Ah, no, just terrible, aren't they? Absolutely terrible. And I know, because I tried them out. Old man shouts at cloud gif. Oh, I love it. Okay, 60s kitchen cupboard green. No, this is more like 60s bathroom green. You know, that sort of bluey lime. That's what it's all about. So I'm going to do my final layer on it. This one I'm going to focus more on the raised areas. Like up here. A little bit on there. Here we go. I think I've done pretty well not to spaff the paint all over the face as well. Okay. Get those fingertips there, wee, like that. A bit on the thigh there. So smooth that out a bit more. There we go. I like it. I like it a lot. Bath towel green. Oh dear. Then we use those pin lining kits from Umbro. No. I haven't actually. Okay, so now it's going to be painting in the black sort of areas. See, now the black has got an agitator in it. Give it a good old rattle. There we go. See, there was a little bit of medium that came out first. That's what she said. Okay, so painting this. As you notice, I am using the Army Painter brushes they sent out as well. So again, something I want to give an honest review about. So I have to give them a real good use. I like this. This one's got a real good. It's a monster brush, right? But it's got such a lovely point on it. I don't really have much fear about being too messy with it. You know, it holds the paint well. I'm still getting used to using a wet palette as well. You got to remember, I don't usually use wet palettes. I usually use a regular dry palette. So these paints, because they are like straight away watered down, they're gonna act a little bit differently. So I have to sort of accommodate for that. But I think actually these paints are quite wet palette friendly, if you know what I mean. Like, they thin out almost immediately, but in a way where you don't have to worry about thinning them yourself, which can be quite handy in certain scenarios. Just need to get the light in there. There we go. Let's move the light back here. I ain't got enough light, Gov. That's better. Yeah, I gathered I didn't shake it enough. Thank you. That's why I was using my massager. CGW are trying to price themselves out of the rattle can and quality brush markets. 6% price increase. I mean, I'm sure they have their reason for it. Whether or not we like the reasons or agree with the reasons, you know. That's a different story. But I think the key thing to remember, and this isn't like me defending any price rises or being negative about them or anything like that, because to be honest, everything goes up. like prices increase over time. But we just have to remember it is a hobby, and it is an optional extra. At the end of the day, most of us have more than we will ever finish in one lifetime. And maybe a price increase now and then is a good thing, just to slow our spending habits down a bit. Because let's face it, if you have a backlog of stuff, you got a spending habit. But again, this isn't me like excusing anything or being an apologist or whatever. It is literally just, you know, it is what it is sort of thing, you know what I mean? And there are a lot more expensive hobbies out there. I mean, straight away, I could think of a handful. Sailing. That's an expensive hobby. really reached for for the least, like. He's gonna give us a reasonable example, isn't he? No, he went straight to sailing. Thank you. Airsoft. A lot of people do airsoft or paintballing. That's not a cheap hobby. I used to do a bit of airsofting, but I would like borrow my mate's guns, and I would just pay to get in, chip in for the fuel to get there, and like bought the ammunition, and that was it. Other scale modelling can be expensive as well. I think it just depends on your view, really. But I mean, hobbies in general are not cheap, like, unless you're into macrame, because that's just dry ass pasta and glitter in it. I can see the chat bobbing up and down. Let's see. I realised the other day that my front door is in the Sons of Horror scheme. Sea green door, brass gold handle, and a letterbox with black details. All that's missing is an eye-shaped window, but ours is a square on its point. Ah, so it's close enough. It's close enough, Mr. Void. Yes, it is. Nothing wrong with reasons, Andrew. I could pretend it's the door to the drop pod. Just shout for the Immortal Master as he leaves the house. Excellent. Or if he's honest, used in Grease Stuff Worlds, Gold Series, and RNC. Okay, Dave. I used to spout that pricing shite when I was at GW2. Grease Stuff World brushes. Yeah, it's a lot different when you don't get 50% off now, isn't it? Alright, Mark. Model trains are well over 400 for something new. Yeah. Ooh. Xbox games, photography, grave robbing. Sailing, it's cheap if you're a pirate, just steal the boat. Boy just gonna ditch his models and buy a yacht. Nice one. Basic cheap airsoft AG rocks in about 130 at the moment, and that's cheap. Yeah, that is cheap for something that ain't great. 4 to 500 for anything half decent. Yeah, and you're looking at second hand with those prices as well. Grave Robin is just a second hand shovel and a bright evening. Bill. Oh dear. Okay. Right. Okay. I need a picture for inspiration. Hang on. And we're nearly at community corner time as well. Image. Oh, red dangly bits. Okay. Cool. Okay. I did it again. Okay. Right. Get in there. Get in there, my son. Son of Horus. Alright. That's all that exposed joints, isn't it? That I can reach safely. And forgot to do this bit. Okay. Alright, shall we just hop over to Community Corner, let that dry, and then we'll start working on the gold details and the skin and all the other lovely jubbly bits. It's coming along nicely though. Oop. So Marcus Red. Go all the way up. Fish, you and your spamming. Anyways, Community Corner. Let's go for it. I'm just catching up on the chat. You lot. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, hang on. I'm on Discord and I can see Gunstar Hero is not watching us. He's playing Hogwarts Legacy. The git. How dare he? Anyway, how dare he? Anyways, here we go. It is Community Corner time. So every week we ask you lot to share your wonderful works of art, works in progress, or projects you wish to get started on. And today we are starting off with Mr. Bunker, and he is finished the Storm Host that he started last week. Beautifully done, by the way. Look at all that gold and blue. Ah, perfection. Sigma would be very proud. I just love it. Consistency all the way through, which is exactly what you need. I can see it is the Thunderstrike Brotherhood. So what you got in the first starter set, and then you've got a few additional bits from the second starter set, like the ballista and those mace wielding nutters with the robes. Very nice, very nice. That's a solid army. Like that is an objective holding army right there for sure. So yeah, looks great. Bill. He just put in the comments, I went to donate blood today and it was all, where did you get it? And whose bucket is that? There we go. Bit of classic comedy there. Love it. Bunker's also been working on this. Speed paint, darker yellow, and contrast, brighter yellow over brown, bone, white centerfold. So he's mixed two different kinds of paints there from different lines, and it just goes to show the infinite combinations of possibilities you can do with paints and different paint lines. And yeah, that yellow looks really good. It's very, very nice. So I can't wait to see that finished. So well done. Don't forget you can check out Bunker Painting over on Twitch. So yeah, he's done really well there. Just trying to find a way to do it. It looks great, mate. Next up, we've got Adam Dodge. So he says, me, Sarah, and the boys are doing a fun little side project together. The boys' game of Zombicide is filled with dozens of zombies with 4 of every sculpt. So every now and then we'll pick a model and paint one each. This is the first one. So there we go. So that's painted by Adam. That's painted by Sarah. We've got Cameron and we've got Harry. And they all look great. They all definitely look great. So yeah, I can't fault it. And it's nice that he got a nice little family project there. Very wholesome. He also says, also still working on some Test of Honor minis. This is Soe Monk, which are basically a faction of warrior Buddhist monks in feudal Japan. Banging. Oh, I like the armor with the robes. It's awesome. Nice contrast on the skins as well. But yeah, no, the robes that's the winner right there. Also starting this month's KFC entry, a Chimera for Warcry. Oh, that looks like a good start, right? That looks like a good start. Let's go straight for the eagle head first. Solid choice for sure. Yeah, I can't wait to see that done. Let me know, is anyone else entering this month's KFC? Remember, it's anything that comes with a 60mm base or bigger. So you can't put a Nurgling on a 60mm base. Count that. It is whatever. It has to be supplied with that base, or if it's too big to be supplied with a base, that also counts, like a tank. So big mini month for the smallest month of the year, because you know we like irony here in the corner. So thank you, Dodge. It all looks great. I can't wait to keep up with what we lot are doing. Next up is Mr. Fish. He's got a proper photo dump here. He says, busted out 2 trucks, an extra breacher commando, and some Blood Bowl, Black Orcs, and Gobos turned into Mega Knobs and Grots for 40k. That must have hurt. Also started by next squad of boys. There you go. Madness, right? Absolutely madness. Hey Rich, how you doing, man? You can come again. What are we paying you when your community does this? Exactly. Well, to show them off, obviously. Thank you very much, dude. Glad that you're here. Are you lurking this whole time then? Either way, come back again. Cheers, dude. That's going into the agitator pot that Bill started. Thank you. So yeah, I mean, I love these tires. They look amazing. I just wish we could see the rest of the truck. There's a little orc joke for you there. No, fantastic. I love the consistency of his little... I look, the creeper. I guess it don't go too fast then. And that one's called Sea Bass. But he's does it looks like he's crossed out the B and just made it Sea Ass. Come on, people in the chat, tell me if I'm wrong, right? Look, it looks like the... Is it? It does look like the B has been crossed out. So it's just sea ass. What is sea ass? Is it like just a really salty ass? or is it a donkey that's just got the hump with you? Dear. I hope you get well soon, Rich. Can't have you not being well and not having the energy to give me grief. The B is blurred, he says. Nah, I'm counting that as crossed out. It will forever be known as sea ass. Oh dear. Looting it. I love it. Nice bit of foliage. It's a bit weird that you have a gun in some bushes. Where's the orc? Oh, in case my gran watches back, which she usually does, the joke is that orcs, they have this weird thing where if they believe in something enough, it happens. Like the weapons work just because they believe they work rather than them actually working. And they believe that purple is the sneakiest colour of them all. So they think that if they paint themselves purple, they'll be invisible. And yeah, so there you go. These look great though. So that's stunk. Is that flirred or third? Sleedick? Oh my god, what happened to that one? It looks like he's tripping over. Frocked. Blasp. Plunk. Where you get these names? Victor. What's that? The Googus. The Googus. The Googus and Mock Gok. I have to be careful when I say that. Mock Gok. Oh, it is flirred. Okay. Wait, the commando's full name is Looting It because he secretly has no legs. Really? Okay. Oh dear. Oh, what's this? Smuts Mozak. Rock Bitter. Rock Biter. Okay. Ah, that's in the way. The weapon's in the way of the name. Never mind. These are nuts, mate. It's Naz. so graz. These are so fun. Claw Cracker, Jaw Crusher. Gorgasha. We've got more like typical orc names. There we go. But yeah, no, it's great, mate. Cheers for sharing. Next up is Wayland's Wandering, aka Bill, who was our winner of the KFC 2022. And for those who are new to the show, the KFC is our monthly Kev's Fantastic Challenge. That's what the KFC stands for, but it is a KFC bucket with my face in black and white on it instead of the Colonel, and it's full of paintbrushes. And yeah, one of these prizes was the exclusive Champion of 2022 shirt in his own choice of colour and size. And he actually rolled on the other two prizes so that this summer I'm going to have a little head-to-head with the winners of the first half of this year. So it's all to play for, because we got a £20 Element Game voucher in there, and we also got a voucher so you can actually buy yourself some KFC. So, woo! And you also get a t-shirt as well. So, there you go. Thanks for sharing it off. It looks absolutely dapper on you, mate. Absolutely dapper. And I'm glad it got to you safely. So thanks for sharing, dude. We got Bunker sharing. Ooh, this. Wow. You finished that quick, didn't you? He went from. What time did he start painting? When did he share that? Half 12, yeah. And then he shares this less than 8 hours later. It's great. I love the cape. That little blend from grey to white looks amazing. The yellow looks awesome as well. It worked out really well. Skin tones, everything. It looks great, mate. We need more angles on it for sure. Once you get the base done, show us the whole thing 360. Yeah, great work, dude. Thanks for sharing. Mr. Fish with another phone. Since I asked about the weekend, Saturday is the first game of Escalation League, and I'm trying my hand at an arc of Omen Speed War. Started out with a Death Killer Wartrike, 6 rocket cans, and a Death Dread with 4 custom Mega Blasters. Wow. Wow. I still don't forgive you for what you did to that Ultramarine. Sacrilege. Yeah. Oh, these... You painted these up for your Armies on Parades, didn't you? I remember them. It was a great board as well. Yeah, we don't need to see that. No, we're not seeing that. No way. But I love this, though. This conversion is madness, for sure. Right? That mech is awesome. I love the fact you got the 2 different types of camo going on there as well. Perfection. Thank you very much for sharing, dude. Next up is Tabletop Ready Minis. A couple of things this week. A Marvel model and then a couple work in progress test models for my Gloom Spites. So he's done Red Skull with the Tesseract. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Nice bit of source light there going on. Here you can see better. He's still got the red of the skull there. Then he's got the blue shine on this half. It's awesome. Very fancy base as well, by the way. And by fancy, I mean like it feels like you're overcompensating, dude. And then a Troggoth from his Gloom Spites with extra mushrooms, because why not? I really like the purple. It's like a pinky mauve, really, isn't it? Not purple. Purple's more blue. I think think that's how colour works. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. What do I know? What do I know about colour theory? But no, it looks fantastic. Great blends. I love the use of dry brush that you went there with. There's a bit of green stuff going on here as well. Or is that all on the thing? Ah, Dave had to correct me with magenta. Alright. Alright, mate. And then there's some gloom spikes next to it for reference. Coming along very nicely. Look at those cheeky little sods. Cheeky little gits, eh? They're great. Oh, ooh, there's some blue light. Got some ambiance going on there. Love it. It's pretty good. Hey, Raven Rook. How you doing, mate? Just dodgy eyes, Kev. Right, what did I miss in the chat? Where did you join us, Phil? Oh, you came in there. Sorry, I got distracted by Rich. That handsome devil just popped in, dropped a few coins to his Kev. Toss a coin to your corner, oh valley of plenty. I won't do that again. No, great work, dude. And how are you, mate? How are you? Next up, we got Mythos. So, a long way to go. I've been chipping away 34 of these ladies. Okay. There's a lot of leg going on there. Why would you have... I guess that's not armoured. It's a replacement leg. Like a prosthetic. That makes sense. But yeah, no. I remember the pictures you were sharing before of how many you had. There was quite a lot. So they're coming along very nicely. I want to see more pictures. Definitely. And we got Raven's Rook here. Started on his Blood Reavers. Hey, I got a whole bunch of those just sitting in a box, untouched, and then I got a whole bunch of them that are just like primed, ready to get painted. Never started. It was all that flesh, you know. It's too much flesh to paint. But yeah, no, this looks awesome. Nice bit of detailing on the scar there. Like, fabric looks great. Skin looks great. It all looks great. And you've varied the skin tones too. You've gone for a darker tone there, which is nice. That's pretty decent. Can't wait to see them finished. Dave's just saying, no, they aren't orcs. No, you won't. No, you're not having them. They're mine. So there you go. Awesome. That's it. Well, that was a solid 20 minutes of just happy days. Community corner. I think it's only fair because he never really shows it on community corner. He normally just shares it on the completed it thing. But Big Geordie Geek, he's finished this. It's a painted painted up a trio of UCM cruisers for Drop Fleet Commander, a Burnaby Battlestar carrier, Titania New Rio, and Titania New Berlin. So there you go. Some spaceships, mini spaceships, which is cool. And he's been working on some Tyranids as well, which look great in the traditional Kraken colour scheme as well. So yeah, feast your eyes on that. Pretty good, right? It's a very simple yet effective colour scheme for sure. So there you go. I shared it. So that concludes our community corner. So thank you everybody who shared this stuff. It was awesome. It always gets me hyped up. Always gets me hyped up. Now, what should we do next? What should we do next? Leviathan. I knew it was wrong the second I said it. The second I said it, I knew it was wrong. Ah, Kraken is the red one, isn't it? Oh my god. Absolute bloody dog poop for brains. So, anyways, let's carry on with it, shall we? So, I think we're ready for a shade. Okay. Now, one of the things I managed to pick up when I was there was a couple of Air Color Triad paints that they got. So I'm going to try these out, see if they're any good. But I also picked up a few extra of their tone washes because there was only a couple left. And I got the red tone and the blue tone because I already had dark tone, soft tone, flesh wash and strong tone. So I already had those. I'm going to put a bit of blue tone on there. Alright. Okay, out comes the massager. Do you even hobby, bro? I knew it'd come back and bite me in the ass. Ah, there you go. That's what happens. Alright. Okay, so because it is a wash, I'm going to actually put it on this little palette. Alright, cool. But I think it's a little bit too blue, so what I'm going to do is mix a little bit of that green into it. I'm going to water it down heavily. Now hopefully it'll give me that little bit of a turquoise colour to it, because I didn't want a dark blue, just wanted it a bit lighter. Ooh, look at that. Ah, looks alright. Alright. Let's test it on here. Oh yeah. There we go. I'm gonna be liberal. I'm always liberal with my shades, because I like having like a hard border in the shade, like in the recesses, for the shadow, but also between the colors as well, from each segment, from each little area of color, so it helps sort of border it, which pin washing can do quite well. And this is gonna act like a shade and a glaze at the same time. So just want to tint that green ever so slightly. No pin washing here, we go all over. Ain't got time for that. And then what I'm going to do once that's done is I'm going to carefully dry brush back over the more sort of raised areas with that Warlock orb. Hey, look at me mixing and experimenting like a pro, eh? Ooh. Like I actually know what I'm doing. This is all experimentation. I ain't got a bloody clue. I don't know anything about colour theory really, to be honest, except there's a wheel of colour. I know what primary, secondary and tertiary colours are. I know what tones and shades are. And that's about it. I know about volume, but I can't really produce it well. It's usually by accident. There we go. Right, cool. Look at that. Yeah. Okay. Well, there is no rest of the army. This is a one-off, so I don't have to. Forgot about the Deftones. What are we doing? What is everyone saying? Pretty good indie band, the Blue Tones. Yep, they are, I guess. I was going to say about changing palettes, but I had faith. Hey! Not to be mixed with the undertones. You're forgetting about the Deftones. There we go. Hard border isn't liberal, that's conservatives. Thank you. Thank you very much. I remember you. Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't army paint these days. But once I get the hang of the airbrush, which I haven't really had much time to practice with, once I get a bit of a hang of it, I think I will be able to paint an army. Took him years to paint a dragon. I know, I used to be able to paint an army, but I just can't do it anymore. It's like I'm forever burnt out by it. Right, now. Out come the reds. So I've got pure red and dragon red. Now, dragon red is, from what I understand, like a Mephiston red. And pure red is more like the Wild Rider red. So like a highlight to this one. So we're going to do that. And yeah, it did take me years to paint that bloody dragon. That's why I did a video on it, because I was so happy I bloody finished it. Kill team for no, kill team. I probably couldn't. Look how long it's taken me just to paint. What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Chaos Warriors. I call them Chaos Warriors because they're just standard Chaos Space Marines. Like, they're not even fully based either. So, you know, there you go. Alright. Oh, it's crowning, it's crowning, it's crowning. Ooh, that did come out a bit cloudy, didn't it? Get a bit more pigment on that. There we go. I mean, it does say on the instructions on using these paints that there is a bit of medium that rises to the top. you'll have to squeeze that out first before you get the pigmented stuff. I'm just going to mix it in. Why waste it? Why waste it? There we go. Smooth criminal. So, I mean, I've desperately watered that down way too much. Hey, hi, vey. Okay, so this is quite thin, which is a shame. Could just be because of that bit. Let's try a different blob. Let's give it a go. Give it a fair try, yeah? So I've done a secondary blob here. I'm not going to water it down or mix it with any medium. Okay. Let's do the back end of it. And yeah, over grey, it's not performing very well. It's quite thin on the pigment, to be honest. That's a shame. So we got some winners and we got some losers on this. Let's try and just place the pigment, I guess. Or maybe I should have gone straight to the pure red. I mean, like, with every set of paints, you get winners and losers, isn't it? Okay. So that's not turning out great. Yeah, I mean, but this... So it wasn't medium because we went for a second blob. No medium there. Let's give it another solid mix. Bill's saying that Black Templar is better than Abaddon Black when it comes to contrast paints. Okay. I don't know, I haven't tried the Abaddon Black. But isn't Abaddon Black the new one? Is that supposed to be like extra dark and extra thick? Alright. Okay. Alright, hang on. Let me because it's all still wet, I could just wipe it off with the brush. And then I could dry it, try it again. I'm not going to do what Rich does from Spray Black Studios and just spray it black and start again. No, thank you. Okay. Just lightly dab it with some kitchen roll. Okay, so for the most part, it's dry. Let's get this red on. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, I think it's just a little bit too thin, really, because like the wet palette isn't wet, you know. So it's not thinning it out really; it's just keeping it moist. This would take a few layers to build up, I think. I wonder what their speed paints must be like then. Be interesting to know. Oh, the old hex bottles, yeah. It was alright. Pro Acryl Coal Black is good. Master Paint says, I love their paint pots with the agitators and dropper bottles too. Which line are you talking about? The Pro Acryl? From what I've seen, like, they are pretty decent paints. Like, again, I haven't used them before, so can't really comment on them. But from the results I've seen, pretty decent. Okay, I think I'm just going to leave that there for now. Right. just get my reference points. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let that dry through. Start working on other areas. Like, not that one. Gunmetal or plate metal? I think go plate metal. Procreal, they dry smooth and matte too. Ooh. Hey Lupus, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well, dude. Good to see you. I'm going to tell you again, look, I have something for you to say thank you for being a member for 12 months, right? But you need to contact me so that I can get your details so I can send it out to you, okay? Man, CPU is running real high tonight. How's the show quality been? Has the visuals been a bit janky? Giving this a real good mix because it's a metallic. I don't even need to thin them either. That was, ooh, okay. Straight onto a wet palette. Nice. No, I wanted to send a little something to you. Alright, so I'm not going to put it on the wet palette because it's a metallic. It doesn't need to be on a wet palette. So, okay. This has come out good, straight out from the pot. Nice. Alright, alright. Okay, okay. Right, so what were we doing? Ooh, oh, okay. This reminds me of the old bolt gun metal. Alright, I like this. It flows really nicely. It's not like splitting either. Okay. Okay. This one is a good one. This one is a good one. Look at that. The coverage is nice. Straight out the pot as well. No thinning. It comes out really smooth. Like, it's not going on too thick. Plate metal for the win. Oh, I'm glad the show hasn't been too janky. And yes, I drilled the barrels of the plasma gun. Hey, you're welcome. Alright. being a bit careless now. I need to slow down, I think. Okay. Alright. Oh, it flows really nice. There's probably enough prime there. No, it wasn't going to be actually. It was going to be something nice and personal. What I was going to do is, and I'm doing this for anyone whose membership hits the 12 months. So if you're on a paid membership for YouTube or Buy Me a Coffee for 12 months, I have these mini what they called? Oh my days, my words are failing. Words and stuff. I have a mini painting easel, okay, with a small canvas on it. And the idea is, when you get to 12 months, as a little thank you, you get to choose your favourite Hobby Corner exclusive emoji, whether it's from Discord or on YouTube, and I'll paint it for you and sign it. So it's like a proper from the heart thing. And I know you'd say, like, Robin, right? So like that was going to be the little thank you gift. But if you don't want it, that's fine. Gina's is coming up soon, and so is Mark's. Okay. Yeah, I like this. I think I'll use this one more often for sure. Dry brush nicely too. Ooh. Which paint is this? This paint is this one. Plate metal from the Army Painter War Paints. It's really lovely. So it's not... Bill, don't confuse people, okay? Is there any 30k players in the house at the moment? I don't know. Probably. Something that'll fit on a dartboard. I don't know. Maybe. Where was I? Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, I'm not too worried about getting on that trim because I'm going to be going over it later. So I'm just managing my expectations here. I know my brush control is not as great as it once was, and it was never that great to begin with. So what I'm trying to do is mitigate the messiness by going for those areas that are not as messy, What areas that I'm going to paint over again. Okay. There we go. It's looking proper good. It's really bright as well. But like you can easily tone it down, like with the dark tone. Now I'm sure that will dirty up nicely. Got a little excess shade in there. Let me just wick it. There we go, and I can continue with the shade. Now the real test for metallics for me is how well they clean off a brush. So we'll see that in a minute. Yeah, they were possibly go for a marine. Doing the last unit of 11 now. Oof, dear. It's lovely with mucky brown black was on it. Cool. What one is it? The gunmetal? No. This is plate metal. Plate metal. It paints really clean. It is such a clean color. There we go. Like no second coat is needed. You know, like you know, there's little videos with like the funny sound bites that you see on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, wherever you watch those short videos from content creators. And one that I've wanted to use for a while is that sound where it goes, look at this, sometimes it's a shit, sometimes it's a good. And I think that would like perfectly describe not only my painting skills, but some of these paints. Some are a bit like that red was a bit of a letdown, but that metallic just is beautiful. The only issue as well with dropper bottles that people don't think about is you waste a lot of paint, because it's a nightmare to take that off to then scoop that back into there. And I'm not going to try any like gentle squeeze and then try and use the suction force to suck it back up, because I know that's going to just make even more mess. So you have to be quite precise with how much you use and put less than you think you need. But saying that, I'm happy with the colour. Right, now let's get some gold trim going. So, because it's like a bronzy gold, I'm going to go for weapon bronze. Right, let's see how that goes. Um, 12 watching, 7 likes. Really? Ah, that's a shame. Obviously, people are not liking the show that much. If I say 11, it's 10 and Chainsaw Warrior. I have no idea what you lot are talking about. Okay, that should be enough. Oops. Whoops. Oh, it's 11 o'clock already. Okay, let's just see how this comes out first before I end the show, because oh, it's bloody exploded it everywhere. Look at that. Yeah. Alright. I'll have to give that a wipe down so it doesn't clog. Let's have a look. So, some of the trim. Let's start here. It's a nice colour. I think it will definitely benefit from a second coat. But to be honest, normally with these more yellowy orange metallics, they kind of need a bit more assistance. Same with Retributor Gold. Retributor Gold, it's one of those ones where if you don't want to clog up all your details, you have to thin it a little bit, because it could be quite thick, and then you need to put a couple of layers of that. So it's interesting. Yeah. Alright. Ah! Spilled. Never mind. I'm going to do an overbrush afterwards with the old grainy blue that we were using earlier, the Warlock Orb. But you know what, like I said, it's been a fun experiment, seeing how the different paints work. And like, I recognise some patterns between the Citadel and the Army Painter paints, like red typically not doing the best coverage. Like, I think it wasn't until they had Mephiston Red that, you know, reds were just a struggle. But that metallic there is just, oh, it's gorgeous. Plate metal for the win, I'd say. I'm being so messy with this because I've got to be honest, I've got a camera in the way, so I'm actually painting one-eyed. So the excuses keep coming. There we go. Maybe I could have used a smaller brush, but I ain't got time for that. So there you go, that's the back of one leg. actually looks quite nice. I think that was a good choice to have, instead of greedy gold, going for weapon bronze. I think that's going to come up nicely. And I'm definitely going to Duncan Rhodes it. Two thin coats. I think if you put this one over a brown undercoat, that would be amazing. Do like a medium brown, even like a chestnut brown sort of thing as the base. Then paint this over, and I think it would cover flawlessly. But for over grey, it's a bit of a tough one really, because again, like I'm painting some of these colours over grey, and grey doesn't really lend itself to some of these colours very well. It just happened to work well with that Warlock orb for sure. For sure. Okay. I'll be able to neaten it all up once I'm not painting on camera, because then I can actually just paint like this then. You know, like painting on camera, I'm sort of sitting away. I got it there. It's like quite a big distance between me and the desk where I'm painting it, right? But when I'm normally painting, I'm like proper like hunched over. But anyways, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I'll definitely say 2 coats, keep it thin, and you'll get a nice coverage on that. And once the wash goes over it, it should be good. So definitely keep an eye out. Follow me on all of the social media stuff. I have a link. I'm sure someone is going to be in there. Oh, Dwarf Bronze was banging. His paints must be over 20 years old. Yeah. Well, no, that's the thing. A lot of the paints are, from what I understand, were originally sourced from the company that did the original Games Workshop Citadel paints. So there's some overlap there. Not all of them, but some of them. So, you know, it is what it is, sort of thing. But it's interesting because the like some of these, like a cup like that weapon bronze had a lot of nostalgia for me, because it did feel a lot like Dwarf Bronze. And that plate metal, ooh, so good. But yeah, no, and the black is really nice as well. That black is really nice. So definitely, I'm having so much fun with this actually. It's making me excited to paint again, you know, because I'm experimenting with all these different paints that I've never used before. And you know, some of them are working out, some of them aren't. Finding out which ones do and which ones don't. You know what? It's part of the journey, and it's just so much fun to do. So yeah, I think I might edit the video and get it posted for tomorrow, or do I finish painting this? Conundrum. I'll let you guys decide. Do you want a video this weekend, or do you want to see me finish this miniature? But anyways, I want to say massive thank you to all of you for tuning in. I want to say massive thank you to Rich and Bill for your donations tonight. Very generous of you. So love you both, you sexy bastards. Also want to say a massive thank you to these beautiful folk who are putting their money where their mouth is as well, and are subscribed either on YouTube, on the membership, or on Buy Me a Coffee. Again, unlocks some really cool perks. There's a VIP chat on Discord as well, where I let you guys see the videos a little bit earlier and stuff like that. You get dibs on Q&As and video ideas and stuff like that, so definitely hop over there. Otherwise, if not, just subscribe to the channel, like the videos, leave comments, share to people who you think will enjoy it. These things help. And if you're going to get your hobby supplies as well, then I've got links in the description below. Go get your stuff through there. It helps us out. We get kickback at no extra cost to you. There's some great savings and some good news if you haven't heard already. The Colour Forge have now started an affiliate program, and they invited me to be an affiliate, which is awesome. So if you want to get those very awesome primer spray cans, of which they've got nearly 30, I believe they got nearly 30 different types of spray cans, and they got more on the way, then hit the Linktree link, because I've added the link on there, and again we get a little kickback, and you can order whatever you blooming well like on there, because it's awesome. So there you go. Either way, wherever you get your stuff from, if you do it through our links, it helps us out and you get a good deal. So there we go. I've got to leave it there. That's enough shilling, I think. Once again, check out the Discord for the February KFC details. And yeah, you're all blooming awesome. And before I forget, I'm not going to forget. Don't worry. How could I forget? It's our little tradition. So we'll go out with a bang and a polka. So thank you once again. Big loves. Stay safe. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.